Welcome back to Deliciosa Vida. Today I'm going to be preparing huevos en chile colorado, eggs in chile colorado. This recipe is a breakfast recipe that is very popular in Mexico, especially in the countryside. There are so many different ways to make eggs in Mexico, but this is one of them. And today I'm going to present it to you, so stay tuned for the ingredients and the full recipe. We're gonna need 10 eggs, so we're gonna go back to the chicken coop and get some eggs. So we have 10 eggs already, and we are also gonna need some oil, water, a tomato, pasilla peppers, guajillo peppers, garlic, and salt to taste. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to roast the peppers. I'm using a comal, but if you don't have one, you can use a regular pan. And make sure you wash and dry your peppers and your tomatoes before you start roasting them. The peppers are going to take only about a minute for them to be ready. As you can see, they're already kind of black from some areas, so that means that it's roasted and it's almost ready. So I'm going to pull out the guajillo peppers and leave the pasilla pepper a little bit more. Now let's roast the tomato. The tomato is going to take a little bit more time to be roasted, and we have to move it around so it can roast evenly. It looks like it's ready, so I'm going to pull it out. The next step is to make the chile colorado, and we're going to blend the peppers, tomato, and garlic. The sauce is ready, so now we're gonna break the eggs. We're gonna whip the eggs now, but before we do that, we're gonna add salt to taste. We're gonna preheat oil. I'm actually using a clay pan, but you can use whatever you have around. Once the oil is ready, we're gonna add the eggs. During the cooking process, we want to keep the eggs as whole as possible. We don't want to scramble them. So let's keep more like a tortilla shape or like a cake shape. When the egg looks well fried and golden brown, it is time to add the salsa. After we add the sauce, we're gonna let it cook for 5 to 10 minutes and we're gonna stir occasionally. Before you turn it off, taste it to see if it needs any salt. Actually, mine needed a little more, so I added some. So these eggs are ready and I'm going to serve them with some freshly boiled beans and some homemade queso, as well as with some homemade tortillas. The kind of cheese that I'm using is queso seco, and queso seco it's really the same as queso fresco, except that now it's dry and we call it queso seco. And this is actually homemade, so it dries up really nicely. And it's very typical in all breakfasts, especially in the countryside, to have cheese in your food with your beans and your tortillas or your eggs. Honestly, this is a very filling breakfast and I hope you can make it. And before I leave, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and activate the notification bell for more videos. And if you want to visit my Instagram account, it's Deliciosa Vida. It's at Deliciosa Vida. So I hope to see you next time, and remember to enjoy life because life is a deliciosa vida. Until next time.